tag. Very nice, very evil.
Yeah, that's tag shit.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really.
What up, Tag Nation? What up, everybody out there? Y'all know what this is. And my Jermaine Dupri voice. We're here. Another edition of Hot Tag. And we're here to talk about SummerSlam. You know, let me let y'all see. You know, it was in New Jersey this year. It was a the first 2-night event. And it was interesting. It was a very interesting event between both shows. There were 11 matches? No, 12 matches. And it was interesting, you know. So I just, you know, it was up and down, you know. Matter of fact, hold on, before we get into some things, because he just showed up. Everybody welcome Mr. Lip Deasley. I don't know why he calling himself Mr. 2-0, but
you know
it's
why.
fine.
You know why.
I don't know why. That's the problem.
You know
my bad. I am holding this the wrong way.
I think you do know why.
I don't.
Oh.
I have yet to be beaten cleanly for this tag predictions championship. So as far as I'm concerned,
I honestly do not know what you're talking about.
Who has
because
Curtis Axel
B.
in the Royal
I
Rumble.
do. Curtis Axel
was never eliminated in the Royal Rumble.
That's all I really need to know. So I just need to challenge you if you're not already challenged.
No. So for this right here, it's already official for me and you. All you have to do is choose whether you want AEW or NXT. So whatever we show, okay. And see, so Tag Nation, the universe, as you can see, my name, the universe has shined its beautiful light upon me, and since I became Mr. Tag in the Bank, and I was able to successfully pull off the
successfully.
Successfully,
talking about the Tag in the Bank. That's fair.
I was successfully able to pull off the theft of the century. So I am your first ever champ. Let me. You know, it's so much hardware. It's hard to get it all in the camera. You know.
Why don't you just admit that I did provide the blueprint for that, because
I don't care what you provided.
I did the blueprint for this whole thing, because I was going to do.
How did Jay-Z tell Nas, you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song? Your blueprint was made a reality by me.
There's another song you should be, quoting, and that's "Survivor" by Destiny's Child.
Hey, whether it doesn't matter, you know.
It's and it's crazy. The person screaming conspiracy for the better part of the first quarter.
I did because there was one.
Now, like, hey, if you lost. But
no, okay. So this is the problem, and don't worry, people. We gonna get into SummerSlam. We gotta just get some things ironed out. See, the problem is everything was rules set by you. The only thing I ever introduced was RNG, and the only other time I ever introduced RNG was because of Battle Royals and Royal Rumbles. So I can't help if the universe saw fit to finally give me good favor, because it saw because see, you know, the universe don't like ugly. See, I remember there was a certain party that we attended last year, and by your words, hey, if I could help it, Scoop would never be champion again. I will make sure he never. You purposely stopped me from being great. You purposely wanted to shut me out from this championship right here. Wait. Then when I tried to stop you from getting my record, I was like, you know what? I may just walk away for a little bit, because you know Dizzle is just running roughshod. You brought me back. You brought me, but you was like, well, wait, I'm going to introduce this. So since Mania, I held this on lock. And now I'm being criticized because I escaped. I survived, but I still have this. Now,
I'm glad that you admitted that you survived. So.
Now, did I pull some nefarious means to get this one? Yeah, there was some little nefarious behavior. I'm not going to even front on that. But I can officially say your first champ. And that cannot be taken away from me. Anybody who does it since is a follower of me. The copycat is a wannabe.
I mean, we're eventually going to get a third belt in, so what if we're a champ with a different combo, you know?
I would still rock it here as well.
Here's the problem.
I'm just saying, like, I can be like the first champ with a different combo.
That's also true too.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead, Dizzle. What rebuttal you think you want to give?
There's no rebuttal. There's no rebuttal to this. It's just the truth. And thing is, you're gonna have to admit this yourself.
Go ahead. What am I gonna have to admit?
You had a handicap this entire time. I gave you the handicap because now even if WWE didn't screw me with the scheduled time, and I went into that with a deficit. That Charlotte match, we all know. I'm not picking Charlotte. That was a gimme. We knew they were gonna win. It was a gimme. That was a gimme. You got that. You got that extra. And now understand. CM Punk was not supposed to win. That's why I said Seth Rollins screwed me. He screwed me.
For all intents and purposes, CM Punk never won.
No, he did win.
Oh no, he won.
No. I'm saying, but for all intents and purposes, like in a record book or whatever.
No, he
was champ for 5.
Actually, no. It might just be in the record book because it may have been shorter than Drew McIntyre.
Oh no, it was. Drew's was 546. His was 510.
Because he picked CM Punk to win. And CM Punk was not supposed to win because even if Seth Rollins wasn't going to cash in, I'm sorry, if Seth Rollins didn't cash in, then the Brons were supposed to go in there and stop CM Punk from winning this match. You want to know why?
Please enlighten us, Mr. Diesel.
Why did you see it as anything other than Seth Rollins cashing in?
Because Seth Rollins is a man of many words, and he's a man of his words. And he was not a man of his words because he screwed me.
Also,
go ahead. Hold up.
How dare you? See? And now they don't want me to run this. You see? This is the book. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care because I'm
paraphrase. Go ahead, just paraphrase it.
I'm gonna give it to you. He says, as long as there is breath in my lungs, CM Punk will not be a world champion in WWE. That motherfucker lied.
Yeah, that just furthers the feud.
No. He allowed CM Punk to still be a champion. I don't care if it's a feud or not.
It's so heavy.
He still could have inserted himself to that match without Punk winning. Beat Punk in that same match. Punk would have never been champion. That's another 2 points that should have been mine. You know what the score was by the end of the night between me and Scoot?
Wait, 18-2? No, I'm kidding.
No, we tied. We tied at the end. And I was at a 5-point deficit at the very first night. I would have obliterated Scoot for that Mr. 2-0. And the first,
you know what I love? I love the key word in your sentence was I would have, but you didn't get the job done.
Wow.
You took a shot at the king and you missed twice.
Again, Survivor. You've been
whatever.
Your guardian angel is working overtime, sir.
Because you know why? Like my name says, the universe's champion. Because You conspired to shut me out, and this is the universe paying me back twofold.
You weren't wrong to dwell on that one phrase, but how long ago was that?
What phrase?
When Seth Rollins said that
that was June 30th. June motherfucking 30th. Monday Night Raw.
This year?
This year. You see he had the briefcase?
Yeah, he had the briefcase.
Yeah, he had the briefcase. You're right.
Well,
yeah.
August 3rd, Scooter Ray became champ. That's more important.
I get shit about that.
Now I have to defend both of these beautiful championships against two worthy opponents. And guess what? One of them isn't you. Ha!
I'm choosing not to. Remember, you said
I'm
yeah.
choosing. I'm
Hey,
choosing.
We can run it. We can run it if Jugs is cool. If Jugs is cool with it. I'm the one that said nah. I said
am being paid back for being patient and had to deal with the fact that you was parading around with something.
Parading? No, it wasn't parading.
Parading.
I was exuding dominance.
Hey, Jaeger. You know they always say you become the thing you hate the most. And what does Dizzle hate the most?
Die a hero, live long enough to become a villain.
And
he is
one of the
saying
people,
a title is entitled to him, and there is a certain person with a flair to their wrestling style that believes they are entitled to some titles.
Funny, we become the things we fear the most, and I guess I was fearing becoming champion. Damn.
Oh,
thank you, universe.
Hey,
thank you, universe.
To say something there, Scoot. Though you are saying that that's feeling pretty heavy. I mean, if you can't bear the weight, man, what kind of a
these shoulders is strong,
man?
These shoulders is strong. Because see, the problem is,
if they were strong, you wouldn't be complaining.
I'm just saying, it's one thing to hold this championship down for over 100 days, but to finally get this back, and this was just like,
lose it short soon after. Yeah.
Hey. Even if I lose them both, it's still an accomplishment you can never have.
I think that does stick in Lips.
It will only be second fiddle to me.
Nah, Lips gonna have to make a third belt and then become the champ for the first time in that combo.
It just have to sting. Just right in the gut.
It ain't gonna happen now. It ain't gonna happen tomorrow.
But that third belt.
But it's coming, Scoot. That reckoning.
That's fine. That's fine. Like I said, this is the universe paying me back. Hence the name, the universe's champion.
Mr. 2-0.
Talking about Scoot up there?
No,
yeah. Me. Roll that beautiful music again. Now, SummerSlam, New Jersey, 2 nights. Overall, fellas, how are y'all feeling about SummerSlam?
About 3 or 4 matches that could have been on TV. But
Facts.
I mean, of those, what was it, 11, 12 matches? I mean, AEW does like 10 matches in one night, so
yes.
I don't know.
I'll give it like an average show with some notable
highlights
and notable matches.
That's fair. As far
as the SummerSlam goes, yeah, I'm there with that.
All right, well, let's roll into it
on Monday Night Raw for sure, or SmackDown.
While I roll up that beautiful beam footage, the show kicked off with actually a banger of a tag team match. We had Roman Reigns and his cousin Jey Uso taking on Big Bronson Reed and the badass Braun Breaker, of course, with their Oracle, Paul Heyman. Now, this match actually was really, really damn good. And one of the things that I'm starting to appreciate more and more, I'm starting to appreciate the fact that Roman Reigns is not only the star he is, but he's still trying to help out the new guys as well. Because he was selling, he was bumping. You know, it wasn't like Roman Reigns is just this untouchable godlike figure. He was actually like taking some bumps, pun intended. But so one thing I noticed, right? Jey Uso is just so loved. And the first thing I told my brother, I was like, and they wonder why they chose Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble. No wonder why they chose Jey Uso to win the championship. Listen to the reaction. Like, the man is in almost every other commercial that they have. Like, it only makes sense. It only makes sense. But, gentlemen, I'll let y'all take it away.
Well, to piggyback off of the Jey Uso thing, I mean, star power is star power. I mean, and we've talked about it before when it came to, guys like LA Knight, guys like The Rock. Usually when you have that star power, it can sustain you if you don't have the in-ring work. If you have a good character, that can elevate you to certain heights. Now, you will have a ceiling, of course, but your star power is dependent on how the fans and the company reacts to you. And so far, his presentation, everything is packaged nicely together. Does it have a shelf life? Eventually, I'm sure it will. But Jey is also really good in the ring for where he's at. Being a tag team superstar. A Hall of Fame worthy tag team competitor.
Yes.
Then jump into singles, and then not only that, but then to do like Moose or Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, who have come out of tag teams and gone on to win, world championships. He is in, as much as people would hate to say it, he is in that echelon. Now, he may not be of the same caliber of in-ring competitor that those guys are, but you can't deny the fact that he is not in that same circle, because most people do get pigeonholed into tag teams and then don't make it out of that. As far as this match goes, it was enjoyable. I'm glad that Roman's able to Roman sells like crazy.
He really does. He really does.
But I think the wrong team
looks like he got sent to the freaking ceiling, bro.
The wrong team went over in my opinion.
He sold. Yeah.
So before we get to that, I'm going to say this. And for all you Jey Uso haters, he only threw one super kick this whole match.
Yeah.
Messed up my prediction. So I couldn't I mean, we discussed it when we did TMI. It would have been hard to not choose Roman and Jey considering the beatdown they suffered on Raw.
True.
That was the only if it wasn't such a just devastating beatdown they suffered, then I could have maybe kind of went 50-50 on it. But due to the fact that they got their asses whooped, Roman got his shoes jacked, which upon watching Raw, he still ain't got them shits back.
Tribal thief.
Tribal thief. So it would have been hard not to go against Roman and Jey, considering that information. But one thing I will say, Breaker, we already knew Breaker was going to be a star from the way, he started to come. But if you put Bronson in the right light, Bronson shines too.
Oh, absolutely.
Bronson shines too. So I can appreciate that about Mr. Reed there, because putting them in the right light, Bronson shines too. But yes, Roman and Jey do get the dub, and that was the start of SummerSlam. It started off with a bang with a tag team match, and then from there it went on.
I'm all here. I'm all here for Team Bron and seeing where they go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I would not be mad if they put them in the tag team division.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that actually. Just to like give Seth Rollins faction like the all gold moment.
Yeah, since only one of them can get the Intercontinental Championship. And,
True.
We already know that's in good hands right now.
It is. It's in great hands.
Man.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's just because the only reason that I think the wrong team went over is because what do you like? Roman's leaving right now for a little bit because he's filming Street Fighter.
Yes.
And then Jay, he's going to be unless he's going for an Intercontinental Championship, which I doubt. Clearly, he's going to go up against Seth Rollins at some point, but unless that's where this is going, I don't see the reason for them winning. So I guess Jay may be the first challenger to Seth.
He'll be the second.
You think Punk's going to be first?
No. He's having his first challenge tonight.
Oh,
yeah, and we'll get to that whenever we get to the end. But yeah, he's having his first defense tonight.
Gotcha.
But yeah, from one tag team to another for the
fan
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, you had Judgment Days, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defending against, not friends, just acquaintances, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Now, Dizzle, I understand your hate for Charlotte Flair, which once again I'm not necessarily 100% mad at, but you gotta break out of that one day, big dog.
No, I will. I'm gonna look. I've softened a bit. We've talked about this. Okay. The last extensive time that I talked about Charlotte. I will say this. This is not a bad spot for her
at the moment. No,
she does, and I'm only going off of the stuff that I'm biased towards. It does seem as though that she has humbled a bit in terms of understanding and realizing how she comes off to the fans. So that one of those interviews that she did where she said that she's starting to appreciate, fans actually cheering for her. I didn't necessarily care when she said it, but I'm starting to understand it with this role that she's playing now. It's starting to become believable for me.
Yeah.
So and she's working in a way to where I would have never assumed that she would actually either one sell this much or actually be involved in certain matches the way that she has been, versus the way that she used to do things. So is there a chance where Charlotte can get in my good graces? Absolutely. Is it right now? Absolutely not. Because again,
maybe she just saw how Hulk Hogan's death was received and then was like, damn, maybe I should start letting people get over.
The wrong people went over, mainly because I think that there's more story to tell. With
no. So even though I chose Charlotte and Bliss, I totally agree because, and this hence why I chose AJ over Dom, because I thought, especially the way Finn Balor's been kind of, being Finn Balor, him and JD could have been like, all of y'all lost y'all championships. Type of energy.
Get there too. And
actually, there was another reason why I thought Dom was going to lose too, but we'll get there when we get to night 2. But once again, this wasn't a bad match. I can appreciate this more for Roxanne's case because with Roxanne still being fairly new, getting a SummerSlam spot, and especially going into SummerSlam as champ and being able to at least have that moment.
Yeah,
good for Bliss too, because Bliss came back and things were a little just kind of stale for her. So I'm glad they finally was able to do something with Bliss.
The second I found out she was back, like when she debuted, I was like, no, they're gonna start pushing her because they loved her, and but they finally are getting around to it, I guess.
Yeah, they finally getting around to it. But yeah, it wasn't a bad match. There was a miscommunication with Bliss hitting Charlotte with the punch, but then when it came down, Bliss hitting the Sister Abigail DDT. Charlotte came, it was a great camera shot because Charlotte came up behind her and it looked like, oh shit. But then Charlotte hit the big boot to Raquel. She hit the Sister Abigail DDT on Roxanne. 1, 2, 3, and new. So Charlotte and Bliss are your new WWE Women's Tag Champs. And probably one of my most disappointing results of the whole night, of both nights rather, came with this match here. And that is Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn.
Use you.
One of my most disappointing results of the whole night, Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn.
You wanted Kross to win?
Yeah.
Yes, Sami did not
While
need
his
this.
negotiations are open for his contract.
Yes.
No.
100%. There was no reason Sami Zayn needed this W. No reason.
He didn't even need. No, he didn't need the W. But what are you gonna build this up for? On him accessing his dark side for like what was it, 4 or 5 months? You're building up this like Karrion Kross, or not, maybe even less than that. But anyways, Karrion Kross like trying to be like, nah, you just gotta access that dark side, man. You're gonna be fine. And then he keeps on resisting it. And here's the penultimate: you're either gonna accept it or you're gonna not. And what did he do? I thought he was actually going to accept it and actually have a solid heel turn. I'm always down for a good heel turn. And honestly, this was built up well to where, like, Sami could have just gone ape shit on Karrion Kross for a good 5 minutes, and everyone would be like, this is about time. This is about due for Sami. Like, he's been getting shafted for a minute. But no, like he overcame it. He's doing the Cody Rhodes thing, he's doing the John Cena thing, he's doing the even when he was a heel, the last time we remember him being a heel, he was the goofy heel. They made him do this fucking like Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, commie wearing gear.
Don't forget Bloodline.
I mean, hey, that was a great run, but like, even though he was heel, everybody loved him because all he wanted to do was just belong to the bloodline.
And people love Karrion Kross as well. And they want to see better for Kross.
Yeah,
that's why.
I absolutely do. I remember his NXT Black and Gold days. Those were fantastic. I don't know what this shit is where he's looking like, I don't know, 2008 Papa Roach.
No,
that's about it. I don't know.
When it comes to Karrion, I'm not looking at the Sami heel turn. I'm looking at it from the whole Kross is right perspective, where it's like his whole thing is like, if you keep pandering to the fans, you're only going to put yourself in a situation where you end up falling and basically being like, it's not really about Sami, just basically saying that Kross's ideology is the correct one, is that you have to have that darker side to yourself to be able to just tune everybody out and just focus more in on you. Sami didn't have to, he wouldn't have had to have turned heel for Kross to be correct. The reason that Kross needs this win more is because one, he's already getting the backing from the fans. The way that he showed that side in that pseudo shoot promo that he did after Mania, that showed me right there that was like, okay, we have something here. Now Kross's in-ring, it's very subjective because it's only going to be okay to some people. You know, some people may look at it as boring, some other people may look at it as, oh, okay, this is cool for a big guy. I think it's middle of the road, but Kross's character work with Scarlett is really good. And that's why I assume that after all this, because it's like, what's the point of having Sami go over? Because it doesn't, like, if Sami lost right now, it doesn't do anything for him. And if he wins, it doesn't do anything for him. But if Kross,
because they immediately didn't re-sign a contract.
Well, see,
and now I get that.
Now, hold on, because here's where I put my tinfoil hat on. Pow. And I could be wrong. I think Kross has resigned. I think all because WWE is at this point right now trying to be the king of misdirects. and they're trying
they
trying to
are.
combat the dirt sheets and Dave Meltzers and the Sean Ross Sapps and Brian Alvarez's and all these guys that's already getting the scoops and putting it out to people. I think Kross has signed. I think they're taking all this backlash and making Kross look weak or whatever to have him go off of TV, have everybody forget, and then have him come back
and shave his head.
That could be the case too, and have him do that.
Cut a sick ass promo where you shave it all, or Charlotte shaves it for you, or whatever. I don't know.
So I think they're going to take the same thing and do to me what it will do to WWE what they did with to me with Pete Dunne, because I completely forgot this motherfucker was there.
You leave El Grande Americano alone.
Oh well, you know El Gable Americano is still cool. You know he
it's El Dunn Americano now.
But yeah, I mean,
one of the latest iterations of him looked like him. I'm just saying.
I don't see where Kross goes, you know, after this. So it's like I do think that he probably has resigned. I think they're going to take him off TV for a while and utilize this whole contract stuff as a way to make people, you know, forget that he either re-signed or forget that he's still part of WWE. That way, when he does come back, it'll be a complete shock, and he may shave his head. So,
please do. It was a more imposing look, you know.
Give us the Kross, y'all.
I can see that.
He felt like a force of nature. They booked him so well on Black and Gold, and then they just kind of like fed him to the mid card when he came up. Also, and then they like dropped him pretty immediately, and then they brought him back while he already had established a new persona at, was it TNA? Yeah, TNA.
No, it's just a Vince thing. Vince fucked it up. But.
All I'm saying is,
we're gonna get on that by the way later.
So my prediction, I thought, was the prediction that was gonna finally come to fruition, but it may happen later. I don't think Kross and Scarlett come back by themselves. I think they finally bring in Dutch and Vincent. And that's what I thought was going to happen. That's why I said interference. That's why I said I thought Dutch and Vincent was going to show up and give Kross his new faction, since, you know, AOP and Ellering are gone, you know.
Yeah.
Redo Final Testament 2.0 or some new name. But yeah, Zayn, and then, you know, and don't get me wrong, I understand we are at a time where the haluva kick is protected, the haluva kick is strong, but there are times when, you know, Zayn just be getting his ass whooped, and the fact that one haluva kick gets it done, be like,
well, you know, it would be great if he stopped trying to do a fucking Blue Thunder Bomb to get a fucking dub, because everybody knows at this point.
I hate that too.
We all know Blue Thunder Bombs ain't shit, guys. Like, can y'all please move on to something else?
I love the Blue Thunder Bomb though.
It's a great looking move, but ain't nobody winning with Blue Thunder.
Goddamn pin with it.
Exactly. Ain't nobody losing to Blue Thunder Bombs.
Look, if the roll-up is the most devastating move, then the Blue Thunder Bomb is the least devastating move in all sports entertainment history.
Whoa.
Dang.
Whoa.
He said the least? Damn. You got heat for the Blue Thunder.
You're getting a 1-2-oo every time.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's legit. Like, if you don't follow that up with something else, yeah, no, you're getting a 1-2-oo every time.
Well, hey. And speaking of 1-2-oos,
snip that for the reals. Anyways,
no, I mean, speaking of 1-2-oos, for the WWE Women's Championship, we get Tiffany Stratton defeating against the Storm, Jade Cargill.
Now, if we're talking about fucking matches that I thought were not, we're gonna go a whole different way. This one here.
Oh no, this one too.
I thought was. This one should have been done differently. The other two, I was on point, so I'm good.
Go ahead, and let them know, Jaeger. Go ahead and let them know. Talk about it.
I mean, look, no, but like, Tiffany has had the belt for how long now? Like in
since
reality,
I think since what, like February, March, when she cashed in on Nia.
yeah, that's a solid enough run for someone who's new to the. I mean, well, what, a year into the roster?
Yeah, roughly.
That's a solid enough run. And honestly, Jade is still seen as top tier. I get that she doesn't lose anything by losing to Tiffany Stratton, but in my opinion, even on like breaking the kayfabe level, if you told me these two women were fighting, I'm telling you, I'm not picking Tiffany Stratton any kind of a percentage of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, like Jade also on a tear from having this amazing feud with Naomi and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that they're trying to move on from that, but to have her lose to Tiffany Stratton, what does that do for the story progression of Jade Cargill?
I'm still trying to figure not only Jade Cargill, I'm trying to figure out what they do for the story progression of Tiffany Stratton.
I'll explain it in a second.
Who the fuck?
Okay.
All right. I'll let Lip go into it. But yeah, that's the question I'll leave off on for Tiffany. Is like, okay, so does anybody have another fucking person for her to feud with that they can immediately come to mind? And with
absolutely.
that, I'll bring it to Lip.
Well, who you got? What you got, Mr. Diesel?
I was right and wrong about this match.
Okay.
I was wrong in the fact that I chose the wrong person to win. I was right a long time ago when I had made my assumption when we thought Naomi was going to cash in for the SmackDown Women's Championship, because what I had said before was that they're going to protect Jade by letting her win that championship, kind of like how CM Punk did, and have that same type of cash in. But then they're going to take that title away from her to help her get better, but keep that star power to say, hey, she was a former women's champion, and put her in that caliber. Mm-hmm. But they switched it and then moved Naomi over.
And they pretty much gave Seth Rollins what we suggested that they was Naomi.
So what they did here was they basically did the same thing without her winning the championship and without the cash in. I think they're gonna play to the whole inexperience type thing. Because the way that they played up how this match close to the finish when Jaded and then rolled her into the corner all awkwardly and had her foot on the rope. That's something that a rookie does. It's not something that a veteran does. And so the comparison between the two is like, yeah, Jade was around Naomi. She competed against Naomi, and she was around Bianca, but she never competed against Bianca. Also, Jade hasn't had those top tier caliber matches, with the Charlotte, with to an extent a Bailey or a Becky. Mm-hmm. Tiffany has had those matches with those same exact people. Now Tiffany does have 4 years, as far as experience, but she's been fast tracked with these matches. She had the WrestleMania match against Charlotte, beat Charlotte. She had the NXT Championship match against Becky. She's had matches against Bailey. She's had matches against Bianca. She's had matches against Nia. So when you look at the difference when it comes to experience gained with the competitors that you've won against, now of course it hurt Jade when she went out for a little bit, but this also speaks to that. So I think they're going to end up telling the story where Jade is going to take this loss and then just run roughshod on SmackDown to gain her way back to the title. Now, could it be at Mania? I don't know. But it's going to be between that and Bianca, because Bianca can easily challenge Tiffany.
Yeah.
So that could be another competitor for her.
At this point, I think that's where it's going to end up being.
Now here's the other tinfoil moment.
Okay.
What if this whole Naomi thing, her cash in on Raw, or for the Raw Women's Championship, was a misdirect as well? What if she goes to Clash in Paris, loses to Stephanie Vaquer, because she's still a SmackDown superstar? She goes to SmackDown, gets the SmackDown Women's Championship, and then bam, now we got this whole, because the story was never really complete.
What, you want Naomi 2 belts?
No, she loses one and come back in.
Oh, loses to Vaquer. Oh, okay.
I mean, the only way we know for a fact if it's going to be solidified is if they move Jimmy Uso over. So as long as Jimmy Uso is still on SmackDown,
that's right.
Well, I mean,
hey, you're right.
When's the draft supposed to be?
Nobody knows yet.
Which is crazy because it's long past the point.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Usually announced by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah. So, Tiffany won, and it was a very flat W. Like she hit the PME, and it was like, oh, really? Like that's how it ended. Okay,
yeah,
cool. But yeah, now I will probably say a surprising match of the night. Another tag team match. We had the team of Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. And I should have trusted my lip dizzle instincts by picking Paul and McIntyre. I should have trusted those instincts. But I will say this: I can appreciate any of the celebrities that are coming in today are actually legitimately getting in there and wrestling.
Yeah,
they're not just like there, like they're actually literally getting in there and doing their thing. Like we saw with Bad Bunny, he came in, it was like, oh shit, Bad Bunny out there wrestling. I mean, hell, we saw Logan Paul, and it was like, fuck, I hate that I want to somewhat cheer for this guy.
No, I mean, look, I acknowledge the talent, but fuck Logan Paul. Anyway.
And then Jelly Roll came in, and it was like, okay, well, let's see what happens. But this was actually a pretty entertaining match. I was not mad at this match at all.
Apparently, he's received well by the locker room as well.
I mean,
my boy Logan Paul. You want to know why? Because my boy's humble.
Jelly Roll, not like Logan Paul.
Hey, Dizzle, I'm so humble.
What'd you just say?
He said he's humble.
I'm so humble.
He's so humble. No, he's not.
But you know what the thing is though? If you look at Jelly Roll and think about it, he comes off as a very likable individual.
Oh, of course.
Like he seems like it doesn't come off just I'm a happy to be here guy. It comes off very I want to do this and I want to do this right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, ultimately, Jelly Roll suffered another Claymore, and then he suffered Logan's beautiful frog splash. And what did he call it? Oh,
the Paul from Grace.
Yeah, Paul from Grace. He suffered that Paul from Grace, and 1, 2, 3, Drew Mac and Logan Paul.
Did you say his frog splash is beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. I can't, once again, as much as I want to hate on Logan, I cannot hate that man is athletic as fuck.
Boy's fantastic.
Look, I'm not denying the dude's talent in the ring.
Even that dive he did on Jelly Roll on the announce table.
That table exploded.
Exploded.
If you are Logan or Jake Paul, get bent.
Well, look, I can still hate on Jake.
They get paid.
I mean, unfortunately. And now it's time for the main event.
Fine, get paid to get bent. Right,
of the evening. For the World Heavyweight Championship, you got the ring general Gunther taking on the best in the world, CM Punk. Man, anytime I see Gunther in these pay-per-view matches, the one thought that keeps coming to my mind is I am a grown ass man. And the way Gunther be chopping these dudes, it'd be like, sir, I am a man.
I am a boy, Damon.
Like, the chops this man does is just brutal.
I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna hear me hit a high note or two if I ever watch Gunther like slap somebody across the chest like that. That's just immediately me going.
How would y'all think Gunther would do in Power Slap?
Huh? Oh, and what is that dumb shit where people
Power
are knocking
slap.
each other out?
Yeah, Power Slap. How do y'all think Gunther would do in Power Slap? But
I think you would knock out most people.
Okay. To be honest with you,
much on that info I have on that sport, I think he would just knock out most people.
Before I sent my predictions in, I originally had Gunther to win.
This is true.
But then I changed it because I was like, wait, it doesn't seem right.
I'm thinking about Cody and Cena. Never
mind. You think about Cody and Cena? I was like, wait, this ain't right. Because it seems like they want Punk to win. And then, of course, they want the moment to happen how it happened. So that's the only reason why I changed it. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed this match. I enjoyed the hard-hitting nature. I enjoyed seeing Pepsi Phil get the dub. You know, he hit 2 back-to-back GTSs, and it was like, oh yeah. And then, you know, he got his moment, you know. That man was in the ring in tears. The way he gripped that championship, it was reminiscent of Tommaso Ciampa and Cody. You know what I'm saying? Like he got that championship in a death grip. And you know, he got his moment. The problem is that I just don't understand. You know, you can leave the ring. You can leave.
He could have. He should have.
Because as y'all see in the background, as he's celebrating,
he absolutely should have.
You see the name Seth Rollins appear. So Seth Rollins comes out there with Paul Heyman. You know, he's on crutches, and you know, he's just kind of grandstanding a little bit. And then, you know, Punk is kind of looking at him like, yeah, keep on walking, bitch, type of energy. And then Rollins stopped, dropped the crutches, took the knee brace off, and then, as they call it, he pulled the ruse of the century. He gets in there, you know what I'm saying, beats down Punk with the briefcase.
Oh.
Hey, Jessica, I'm cashing in. And it was elementary. It was a sad sight to see because Punk only had the championship for 5 minutes and 10 seconds, y'all. 5 minutes and 10 seconds and new. Funny enough, I thought Seth was gonna have some breakaways on to where like his wrestling gear was gonna be under it, but nah. And pretty much
look. For those of y'all upset about this was also one of those things that was pretty heavily telegraphed. Yeah. Where it's like when Dom was injured with AJ just freaking like every week. Hey, let me know when you come off that injury. Let me know when you come off. Yeah, and like every week, we were being reminded, Seth is injured. Seth is injured. Seth is injured. But for some reason, Heyman, Bron, and Bronson were all going to be at SummerSlam. And you're trying to tell me that Seth Rollins wasn't going to be at SummerSlam? No. You're telling me Money in the Bank holder, modern day Edge, like somewhere between a modern day Edge and Triple H, because damn, he was groomed by the guy, not in a weird way. Don't go there. Seth Rollins, the calculating one, the fucking mastermind, whether it be fashion or in ring. I know I'm just like glazing the guy right now, but yeah, this was almost by design in his playbook.
By design.
Like, yeah, I definitely saw Seth Rollins taking this belt or like cashing in. Yeah, I know. He didn't. He shouldn't have waited those 5 minutes. He should have gave Punk like a legitimate record, like maybe 3 minutes or something, instead of letting us believe like for a fucking minute that Punk was just gonna have an uninterrupted like win. I was like, oh, maybe they're not gonna do it, and then I finally heard the burn it down. And where Punk's face just went to that, I was like, oh,
I promise you,
this is great.
I granted, I understand the storyline purposes, but the moment Rollins' music would have hit, I would have been in the crowd.
You would have been in the crowd.
I would have been in the crowd. I would have been in that SummerSlam crowd.
If you were Punk?
Yeah. If I was Punk, I would have been in the crowd.
Absolutely.
In the crowd.
Absolutely.
You gonna have to drag me back to this ring, boy. Like, I'm out.
You would
kind of like how he did.
Bronson like staged in the back somewhere, like, hey, just in case he tries to run.
Yep. Just like how he did Money in the Bank, he took the title and dipped. I would have been gone. The moment, burn it down. Bye.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Dude, you ain't cashing in shit right now.
Not tonight, at least. Bye. But Dizzle, you got any thoughts of how everything wrapped up with this one?
I mean, we already talked about the cash in. I will say something quick about this match though. This match was absolutely fantastic. It does show just how good Punk actually is when it comes to the correct opponent. You know, him with Cena, him to an extent with Cody whenever they lock up, him with Rollins, him with Drew. And the thing about Gunther is that, and I know we probably said this about a number of different professional wrestlers because we talk about them in different times, like what wrestler could be slotted in certain times. Gunther is probably one of the only wrestlers that you can slot at any fucking era in professional wrestling, and he would fit perfectly every single time. It's ridiculous how good he is.
Yeah. I could see that actually.
That's all I got for that. And god damn it, Seth, you couldn't let me get what I needed, man. But it's fine.
I will say thank you, Seth, for your guidance and your example. Because of you, this is back home. It's back home, you know. Now, as I put a pin in and mentioned earlier, LA Knight. Seth Rollins came out there with the crew, and LA Knight came out there and was like, you know, I thought you really hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had the doctors and all of this. And, you know, I remember I told you before I was going to take everything from you. I was going to take your manhood, your dignity, and everything. Shit. So, but he was like, now I get to take your championship. So the main event of Raw tonight is LA Knight and Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. So that is technically Seth Rollins' first opponent.
I need to know right now, you guys, what's the world looking like if Seth Rollins for some reason loses this?
I mean, the problem is they will still be happy because it's LA Knight.
Yeah. What do you mean problem, man?
But I don't think it'll just be crazy because it's like, well, damn, you could have went ahead and let Punk have the belt then if that was the case. But you know,
Knight's gonna win that championship or a world championship at one of the big four or big five at this point.
The Knight for the next Royal Rumble. Let's go.
It's well, you know what? Yeah, because since championships have changed, he does have multitude to go for. Yeah. But we'll also get into my theory on that when we get into the closing of night 2 or close to the closing of night 2.
Well, speaking of night 2 opened up with arguably my favorite match of the whole weekend, which I said this was going to be a show stealer. I said from jump, this should have main evented night 1, but considering what they pulled, I guess. But SummerSlam night 2 opened up with, for the Women's World Championship, you had Naomi defending against Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. Gentlemen, this was a match. I
I'm
loved
gonna
it.
need them to stop putting Rhea Ripley in opener matches and pay-per-views. I can think of at least one more pay-per-view in the last few months. But still, that's just too many. That woman is a main eventer. You will not do that to her. But I agree that there's plenty of other matches that deserve their shine.
But yeah, like I said, I think if it wasn't for that whole Seth and Punk thing, this really should have main evented night one. Like for real. I've been saying it, and I was like really and for this to open the night and really pretty much been one of the best matches. I mean, like I said, it was arguably my favorite match of the whole weekend. But I can appreciate that, Ripley and Sky was already going to give us something, but then add the unpredictable nature of this iteration of Naomi made it even better, and I knew she was going to win by stealing a victory, but damn, she waited to Rhea. Hey, I don't know if y'all paid attention. The way Rhea slammed Io from that damn riptide, jeez. And she just scooped. and then once again, Naomi won that championship, and what she do? Left. She immediately slid out that ring like, I'm out. Deuces.
Before I give my props to Naomi,
what you got?
Now, and I want the people to know I'm not shitting on this match at all. I am addressing a concern that I have.
He said it was dookie
because we already know that Rhea and Io together is fucking fantastic.
Yes,
because we've had this match on a Raw, on another Raw. And then we've had this match at Mania with the combination of Rhea and Io. My problem and my concern is that we may get to a point that by the time we actually do get a championship match with Rhea and Io, that they're going to have this match oversaturated. Especially since they are so good. And this is one thing my mom used to tell me, is that the people that work the hardest work the most. And when you have people that's this good together, it is easy to want to continuously put them together in matches. This match was absolutely fantastic, but I'm giving my props to Naomi because she stood out to me the most when it came to this, because there's certain things that you expect from Naomi, but when you stack her up against certain people and you're able to see, okay, because she becomes the outlier. And this was good for her first showing in her first defense. So I'm appreciative of that, and I'm ready to see what she's going to do with Stephanie if I care. And
not only that though too, but what also makes Naomi character great is the fact that you can do heel versus heel, and she will still be the bigger heel.
Oh, absolutely.
With her. That's what makes her character so great. That even if you wanted to do a heel versus heel situation, she would still be the bigger heel.
And Naomi's just fantastic right now.
She is. Whatever. Like it kind of makes me wonder, was this something that she'd been wanting to do for the longest, and they was just like, hold on, let it simmer a little bit. But if this was something that they was just like, hey, you think you can pull this character off? Bet.
Well, with the way that she's taken to this character, I would not be surprised if your theory is 1,000% correct, because
this was something that she's been wanting to do.
As if she's been practicing this shit for the longest, and then it's like, okay, I can pull the trigger on it. All right, let's run it.
Bet. And then she had her dad, play her out to the ring, which I know that was even more. Yeah. That was her dad on the guitar that was playing her out to the ring. So I know they gave him even more extra motivation. But yeah, Naomi is the champ. And before we switch gears, August 31st, does she lose this belt to Stephanie Verker?
It's a stretch.
because they seem high on Stephanie at the moment, but does she lose to Stephanie?
I'm not sure on that one.
Honestly, this would be something that I would have to go like full Dizzle on, and like to pick a Stephanie to win, because again they're so high on Naomi, and it's like, yeah, you have a lot of because right? you have a lot of competitors that Naomi can go up against on a Raw right now, and now Naomi is at this point right now. Just a quick thought. She is, in fact, the top female heel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So they could call an audible, if the whole switching back to SmackDown is part of the plans, because it doesn't hurt her because she still get a championship. But does taking the title off that soon hurt her more?
And see, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So
do they get the title off of her that soon?
Because then you would have to pivot quickly to get her the title off of Tiffany. So
that's why they shouldn't have left the title on Tiffany. But that's a whole different conversation.
And to be honest, like you're right when you say that, because if they're going to pivot that quickly to take it off of Jade from Naomi, then yeah, that would make the most sense. So this also now leads me more so to believe that she's going to go over on Stephanie.
Okay. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if unless they want Bayley to do it, I wouldn't be surprised if Stephanie gets that belt off of Becky Lynch.
And you could do that because Julia has that U.S. Women's Championship. So.
Yep. But yeah. And the next match, my goodness, Carnage, and more Carnage for the WWE tag titles. It was a 6-pack TLC. You had the Wyatt 6 members of Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis defending against the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Fraxium, Andrade, and Red Phoenix, and the Street Profits. My goodness. Whew. This was something to see.
On some shit.
It was shorter than I expected, but I get it.
Same.
Yeah, I agree there though.
And I think that's what I think, because we look at all the carnage, because it was in such rapid succession that it was just like we didn't get a chance to fucking breathe, because there was spot after spot after spot, and then it was over.
Yes. Yes. Like it literally was that, because I mean, damn near once the match really started going, like you said, it was spot after spot after spot. And, you know, shout outs to the fact that they had the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys there. You know, it's been 25 years since the original TLC. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Edge and Christian in the building. That would have been a moment.
Yeah.
If you know, it would have just to work something out for Edge and Christian to be there too. But hey, I understand they are in AEW, but that would have been a moment.
You could have done something, I'm sure.
I'm sure. But yeah, this match, and I think Dizzle and I kind of had the same idea. The only reason why we chose Andrade and Ray was because this was the perfect way to get the belts off of the Wyatts without the Wyatts actually losing in the traditional sense.
True.
But, you know, fate had other plans, and Lumis and Gacy retained. But shout out to Candice LeRae taking that ladder spot.
Man,
yo, tell me what the fuck they're
Jesus.
Thinking. Like, I'm gonna say it right now, for those of y'all unfamiliar, Candice LeRae has taken some pretty ridiculous spots.
Yes, she has
in her pre-WWE days.
Yes.
She's taking a super kick from the Young Bucks with a thumbtack soled shoe.
Mm-hmm.
She has had a Crimson Mask from men many a time. I think this was a callback to those days. So for those that hadn't seen her pre-WWE, this was a bit of a shock. But
Yeah.
for those that had, this was a nice callback to what she had previously been up to.
I mean, and if that doesn't tell you anything, just watch Candice LeRae take a fucking lumbar check from Cedric Alexander.
Jesus, another just devastating. The way she bounced.
Yes.
The way she bounced off.
He brings her down while he's in midair. So it's like he hits the mat, then it connects even more so on her back while she's already on his legs. And then he lets go and she just lifts.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness. But yeah, like I said, and you know, even with a match like this, I can even appreciate the little playing spots, how, you know, the 4 tables in the corner and how each person, and then of course Dawkins had to take a Spanish fly, which, geez, my level of nervousness to take a top rope Spanish fly onto a table on the outside, I would have been like, look here, Axiom, you better know what the fuck you doing, big dog.
Right? Like, I would have needed a rehearsal a couple of times.
Yes. I don't think people are going to appreciate this moment the way it should be appreciated with, but the fact that Tommaso Ciampa had the core strength to not only hang from the championships, but to pull himself up so Nathan Frazier wouldn't tackle him off. My God. This was a spectacle to see. This was definitely something to see.
Ciampa's core workout.
I love Andrade still doing his sunset powerbomb ladder spot. You know, like, yeah,
that is a good spot.
This was carnage, and like I said, the Wyatts retained. The next match, once again,
this was the kind of carnage you love to see, though.
Just like this next match right here. For the Women's Intercontinental Championship, you had Becky versus Lyra. As you can see, it was no disqualification, no count out. And if Lyra lose, she can never challenge Becky again as long as she's champion. I should have made that stipulation for Dizzle. Silly me. But anyway, yeah, I said it. I said it. I should have made that for you, that as long as I still hold this, you can never challenge me for this again. But it's fine. It's fine. Look,
I'd be scared too if I was going up against Mr. 2-0.
But you're not. That's the problem. I don't know what 2-0. If that's the case,
like, look, Scoot literally has 2 belts right now.
Like 2, rightfully.
Fake news.
But fake news. Becky and Lyra goes out there and beats the hell out of each other, y'all.
It's just a deep fake.
Becky and Lyra go out there and beat the hell out of each other, and I can appreciate it. So I'm gonna tell you one spot that really got me was that table spot at the end. That table spot at the end, when Lyra came out of nowhere and leg drop or whatever the hell she did, I was like, thank you for those points, Lyra. But I was like, that looked rough as hell. Like, I was like, damn.
But back, I was like, because I seen the aftermath of it and had to run it back. I was like, because my first thought was, no, they didn't go through a fucking table. I was like, God damn, Scoop got them points. And I came and I run it back and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was like, damn. Like, she went through that table. But the closing moments, Becky did come out because at one point Becky had a chair tied around Lyra and she was doing some majorness. And then she had a crowbar that she was about to do some work. And Bayley comes out and stops it. Becky and Bayley get into it. And from the end part where Bayley had a chain wrapped around her fist, Becky reverse, accidentally punched Lyra. Lyra takes a manhandle slam, and one of the dumbest moments of all the night happened. Bailey, you could have stopped the count.
Oh yeah, no DQ. You sure?
It was no DQ. If you really didn't want Becky to win that bad, you could have went in there and stopped the count. But whatever.
That's a very good point.
Becky retains.
No, but now Lyra and Bailey can feud.
Well, before we got to the match, they just had a backstage segment where Bailey was looking for Lyra, and Lyra was like, Bailey, I don't want to hear it. I cost you, you cost me. I got to get out of this Bailey vortex, because if you're looking at it, neither one of us are champion. But I got to get out of this Bailey vortex. So I don't know what that means.
So they're just abandoning shit now. They're not running the plot. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, gentlemen, anything y'all want to add on with this one?
I knew Bailey was going to get involved.
Yeah.
I just didn't know to what degree. I was thinking that this was going to just prolong the Bailey and Lyra feud, but apparently this is closing it. But we'll see how it goes.
Because Bailey needs to move. Becky needs to move on to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Maybe Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I mean, it was a little overbooked, but I'm not mad at it because the match was what it was, especially if this is, it is because Becky won. So it is a bookend to this feud. So I'm okay with it to that extent. If it was just a regular match and she would have been, if it was the same type of match and the stipulation wasn't there, then I would have been pissed off and be like, oh, this was overbooked. But being what it was, I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
All right, and moving on to another championship match in a steel cage. We got the U.S. champion Solo Sikoa defending against the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu.
Werewolf.
I'm not gonna lie, I was slightly disappointed in this match a little bit.
Yep, same.
I was slightly disappointed, and
no,
I think where my disappointment came in was the post match. So just to fast track, speed things up. Of course, the MFTs came out. Jimmy comes out. It leads into a scuffle. Blah 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 blah. Things happen. Solo eventually falls out the cage door. He retains. Now, what happens is Talatunga pulls Solo away. Jimmy throws JC Mateo in the ring. They pretty much lock the cage, and then Jacob beats the shit out of JC and Tonga. Then what Dizzle predicted, then he hits the top rope moonsault, and it was like, should that all happen in the match? Then from all of that chaos, Solo could have hit him with a Samoan spike and won, but that happened post match. And it was like,
If only y'all had done this 10 minutes earlier.
Right?
Yeah. The only issue, there's a lot of issues, but the primary issue that I have when it comes to Solo is this whole reliance on the MFT. Because I think
this is crypto related every time I hear it. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I keep thinking this is crypto related every time I hear that. I'm sorry.
It's starting to water down just because Solo, his character work is good, but I think this whole thing, like if he doesn't start just primarily just winning things on his own, I can agree. People's gonna stop caring, and it's already getting to that point now. And they had a chance to pivot from that after Tala was introduced, and then they could have gone through this match and this match could have been 10 times better with them both of them going at it, and then it just being you actually could have taken what they did, and I just realized what the issue was.
What's that?
The match placement, because you had a lot of hardcore as street fights and just a whole bunch of carnage style matches on night 2.
The only regular match on night 2 was the next match.
Yeah. So compared to everything else that was going on, it's almost like they couldn't do any extra booking with this match outside of keeping it a traditional fucking mid to late 90s cage match.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the fuck we got.
Pretty much. I mean, unless anybody else got something to say, there's no need for us to keep talking, because that was pretty much it.
Mid-ass cage match. Gotcha.
I'm not gonna lie. I was highly disappointed at this match.
You shouldn't be.
I was.
Why?
And for the Intercontinental Championship, we got Dirty Dom defending against AJ Styles. And maybe it comes down to what you just said. Maybe match placement. Maybe this could have been on night 1 or earlier in night 2. But I don't know. There was something about this match that didn't click for me. It didn't resonate with me with this match. Maybe because it was too much of the Eddie Guerrero tribute stuff. That was, I don't know. It was something about this match that just didn't grasp like I wanted it to.
I can understand from your point, because I have the same issue.
Yeah,
because I was more, because it was kind of the Naomi thing with the triple threat match. I was more focused on Dom against AJ than AJ versus Dom. I was looking more at Dom's because Dom impressed me with what he was doing, and AJ's just AJ Styles.
Yes.
I think I was expecting a better AJ, and I think AJ. It seemed as though AJ may have let his foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that may be the issue, because if we
on his retirement run,
he kind of hinted at possibly this being his last SummerSlam type of energy.
Let me see, because
he
said he didn't want to go past 45.
Yeah, so he kind of loosely hinted at it.
Oh, never mind. No, I think it was 50, because he's 48 right now. So I think it's 50.
Okay.
So I think we may have two more years with AJ.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, he just turned 48 in June. So I think we have at least a year and a half, 2 years. Well, at most, sorry, for AJ.
But like I said, I didn't mind it. It was just that I expected this to be a show stealer for me. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, and that's what I think kind of got me, because I was expecting this to be just, crazy.
Okay, can we just all acknowledge the transformation Dom is making into like 90s Eddie Guerrero?
I mean,
that's his daddy.
I mean, it is his dad. After all,
that is his dad.
Now, so I'm gonna tell you why I picked against Dom. Maybe Dom was gonna win that AAA championship. That's why.
I think he still is.
He still might. They might make him champ. Oh my god. Hey, going around. Hey, Dizzle, Dizzle, you know what I just realized?
Oh god.
You see the shirt? You see the old school shirt I'm wearing too? This is an old school NXT Keith Lee shirt. And what was Keith Lee at one point? Champ. Hey, Dom. Go ahead, Dom, become champ. We can bask in this champness together. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna head out.
That's fine. Head on that. You know what I'm saying? Champ.
That's my thing, man.
I ain't letting it get to me. Nah,
don't.
Ain't nothing.
Get to you. I should never get to you.
I can't let it get to you. It's all in fun. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun.
Yeah,
all fun.
Fun.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. Yeah, it's all fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's fun. It's all fun. And you know what else was fun? This main event of night 2 and all of SummerSlam. You had for the undisputed WWE Championship in a street fight, John Cena defending against Cody Rhodes. Now, obviously, whatever happened with this whole Rock and Travis Scott and all that, because boy, they abandoned that ship. Friday on SmackDown, John Cena came out and basically said, fuck all that, I'm back normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm back normal.
Because people don't, or they didn't understand that Travis Scott is still not like okay with most of people now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, people died at his last show. There's a reason why I haven't heard the name Travis Scott as a normie, like in just general media, for a good while.
I mean, he did do his Utopia concert because I mean, even Jugs went. He just didn't come to Houston with it.
You're absolutely right. My bad.
But yeah, he still
my
toured.
bad on that part.
I was like, he just didn't come to Houston.
Yeah. I wonder the fuck why, Travis Scott. Anyway. Yeah, it looks like they still didn't realize that there was still negative PR towards him in that regard.
No, we were
seems like a running theme, but we'll talk about that later.
So we were talking about it, and I think, in all honesty, I wonder, was he truly committed to the bit?
I think not, because there were reports that that as far as
being
training
heel or the other thing.
No, there's no committed to actually training.
Like how Bad Bunny, Jelly Roll,
Travis Scott. No, I don't think he was either.
Yeah, because I remember they had, because he had that high after Mania, and I know they showed the backstage with him talking to Trips about it, and then Trips had specifically said, "Oh yeah, it's going to get better once you get in the ring." And then after that, that's the last that we heard of that. Now, shout out Cena for that nice little line on SmackDown saying the only platinum rapper that's going to show up your ass is me. I was like, that's right. You tell.
Oh yeah, he sure as hell did.
Oh, you goddamn right he is, because I bought that album day one.
Same here.
Yo, I did too.
Same here.
Matter of fact, it's
in my CD box somewhere.
Yeah. Scratch to hell for sure, but it's there.
For those of you that don't know, so music used to come on these things called CDs.
right. And CDs stood for compact disc.
Yes.
That's right.
And compact discs were a replacement for floppy disk. Anyways, I'm just gonna lose them at that point.
But I didn't expect anything. I mean, now as far as with this whole abandoning ship when it comes to Cena's whole heel run, I thought this was going to be one of two things. It was going to be a misdirect from Cena.
Oh, so, that's why I changed my pick, because I was like, nah. That's why I changed my pick, because I was like, nah, he about to dub us.
Exactly. And then of course, you had the rumored heel turn from Cody, or the double turn, which I was like, okay, well that's also a possibility, but I was like, it makes more sense for Cena to keep going, because it would be weird to take the title off of him right now, especially if he's doing this. It's like, what do you do? So something had to have happened. Within the last couple of weeks, that just, because now it just seems weird.
It does, because for John Cena, since Elimination Chamber up until last Friday, to be set, feet planted in this whole I'm here to ruin wrestling, I only have this much dates left, blah 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 blah. And the only thing that truly helped Cena in this was that the fans never stopped cheering him.
Correct.
That's what ultimately helped Cena, and for them digesting what had happened Friday, was the fact that since he was never booed completely, it was like, hey, you may be talking to us, but we still love you. We still here. You know what I'm saying? We still hustle, loyalty, and respect. And it was like,
because they were so happy to see Cena go heel finally, in my opinion. but it's like.
Yeah.
It's like if he there's going to be a percentage of fans that are just happy that he's finally heel, but there's going to be a percentage of fans that are like, okay, he's heel like we want to see, but it's not like really making sense anymore. And that's where I feel like they jumped off ship along with whatever the hell else the reason is that they dropped their whole Travis Scott plot. I don't know.
Yeah, and it puts this whole situation in a weird predicament too, because you haven't solidified what you're going to do with Cody. Because if you're keeping Cody on this same track, he's going to get the same reception that he's been getting for the past month or so right now. So you putting the title on him, unless you're really going to turn him heel, this whole thing is going to be absolutely fucking stale.
And not only that, not only it's going to be stale, but then we're looking at the landscape of SmackDown. Who's next to truly step up to be like, hey, Cody, I want to challenge you for the championship now. That's going to look right.
Yeah.
You know.
And do you keep the title on Cody long term? Because now Orton is on the pipeline because, you know, with this he's been tapping into his heel side a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think there's that. You know, of course we have LaKnight, obviously. We have Jacob Fatu. So you have a good lineup of, I mean, faces, of course, but you also have heels as well. Now, my only issue is that if you don't do something different with Cody immediately, this whole thing is going to feel like a waste.
I can agree.
Define different.
So with everything that's happened with Cena and him being basically Super Cena, him being the poster boy for WWE, him being just the top guy, we all know that stigma is on Cody now. If you keep Cody in that same box that they had Cena in, he's going to suffer the same fate of them basically falling to the wayside the same way that they did Cena shortly after he got drafted to Raw, after he won the title off of JBL. Because they turned on him. I mean, it wasn't extremely quick, but it was a domino effect where it started to be noticeable. It went from the small boos to more boos to even more boos to then Cena sucks chants to then them singing Cena sucks. So Cody, he's already at the point where he's getting booed. So if that's the case, it's only going to get worse from here. And then it's going to feel like absolutely nothing. And people are going to look at this run like, bro, why'd you put the title on Cody? Why'd you keep it on John Cena until he eventually just fucking retired? And that's why it looks weird to me, because it's, again, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I absolutely have no idea. Like if Rock came out and then Cody was like, all right, cool, I'm heel now. I you know, cool. It would have been like, oh, it's a little weird, but I'm cool with it because at least this makes some sense. I'm lost. I'm literally fucking lost. We'll see.
I don't know. I feel like we've been getting hints of. Can you hear me fine, by the way?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. I feel like we've been getting hints of Cody going heel. Like, there's been little hints, like he's been wearing similar shades, like The Rock. He's been, started wearing that watch again. Like, so maybe it is a slow transformation of Cody going heel. If we are getting like corporate Cody, if you've seen his work like in the time between his WWE runs, heel Cody is just a conniving motherfucker. Like a plotting, a scheming, a conniving motherfucker. And I'd welcome a heel run from Cody, to be honest.
So part of my prediction was I thought Cody was going to kind of tap into it. Yeah, he did the power driver. Yeah, he did the whole taking off the turnbuckle and hitting Cena with it. But I thought it was going to be more glimpses and more flashes of him being like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. But, both men kept it honorable because even Cena, when Cena pretty much stuck to his promise that, he's back, no more trying to ruin wrestling. I didn't see the light all of a sudden. And now, I'm me again. Well, little did we know there's a reason why, he's him again. And I'm gonna get to it in a moment. Just, But yeah. So kind of like what y'all been saying, Cody won. Cody, celebrated a little bit with John. And, he left the ring and let John have his moment. John was looking into the crowd. He was, and then the familiar music of this gentleman hits. Yep. One Brock Lesnar. And it was like, come again. Like my disappointment. My legit disappointment that it was Brock Lesnar, and I was like, so I was kind of talking
that may have. Or you want to go ahead? Go ahead.
No. We're gonna get to that whole situation in a bit, but the only reason why I am okay with Brock Lesnar is because it's the whole farewell tour. He was one of Cena's
Lesnar?
For Cena. No. It's Cena's farewell tour. So it makes sense for one of his biggest rivals. Now, we do know that Brockington had some controversy. He was and still is wrapped in the whole Janelle Grant situation. And pretty much moments after he appeared, her representation released an official statement. And if you like to hear it, here it goes. For far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership. Instead of righting this wrong, WWE has done nothing to ensure those responsible are held accountable. This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar, coming out in a court of law where they belong. But in the meantime, we refer you back to Janelle Grant's updated complaint, which outlines in detail the abuse she endured by McMahon and others while employed in WWE. That is the official statement of her legal team and everything. So with that being said, y'all, do y'all think this was a good move? Do y'all think this was a good move?
Not. No. Why? Like, look, I'll even admit that I was far from, I shouldn't say far, but I was definitely outside of the realm of sober last night. I texted one buddy when I saw this happening where I was just like, all caps, one more time, like thinking like I was 12 years old again. Then I wake up and I remember, fuck no, why is he back?
Yep.
Like why? Like you just said, they have nothing to clear this man's name. Like, this man is nowhere near innocent, clearly. And this goes further into a different decision that higher-ups in WWE management made. But as of right now, if we're going to stick to just Brock, yeah, he should have been coming out with the paperwork to exonerate his ass if he was going to be showing up on WWE cameras again.
So since you just said that, Since you just said that, I want to say it was something I think Meltzer reported that apparently for them to bring Brock back, they must have something that must prove he's good, because they wouldn't see why after all of these years they bring him back. So obviously they must have something to show otherwise.
Has to be concrete proof that he's good, like whatever the fuck it is. Like maybe he's a scumbag, but maybe he didn't do everything that Janelle was talking about. But at the same time, man, I don't even know if somebody said it right now that Brock was in the clear, I'd throw all kinds of questions on that shit.
Mr. Deasley, you got anything on it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
I'm saying. I know you can take care of some business, but we didn't want to take all the.
No. This thing is pretty. I don't want to say it's open and shut, but at the same time, it kind of is. More so, and I'm only going off of the assumption that this is Cena's call and it's something that he asked for. That's probably the only reason why I'm like, okay, well, I can see why this is happening here, because it would make sense in that regard, especially if you're going to have the latter portion of his retirement be his face run. Yeah. And then have him basically get his get back for what happened when Suplex City was born. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to as far as the question being answered of is this what if this was a good call or not, yes and no. Yes, for the simple fact that if it's something that Cena asked for, then you give Cena what he wants on his way out, because that's what he's asking for. Because if that's just what that is, then that means it's not a returning Brock. It's not him coming back for a run. It's not him being Cena. This is just specifically him playing that part for that. On the other hand, with everything that has happened, this would be looked at as poor taste. I'm not going to go into the whole thing of a company doing what companies do, because they're going to do that for whatever fucking reason. I'm not going to get into the right and wrong of that, because it's not my place. They're going to do what they do. Money speaks volumes when it comes to them. But in the term of morality, I can understand the fact that Brock has not been accused of doing anything specifically to Janelle. I know this is a whole lot of speculation when it comes to him being the person that Vince, threw as far as a negotiation, ploy for Brock and all this other shit.
Are there allegations that he did some shit?
No. It's what the stuff that he got accused for is basically sending messages to her requesting pictures of her urinating,
talking degrading to her.
Yeah,
but not actually.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like at the very most at this point, we can say that Brock is an odd, to an extent, very sick and disgusting individual from that aspect. Now, can we accuse him and say he did anything to her? No, but that's not my place to even talk about. But as far as this being the decision that WWE made, I don't know if this should have been the decision that they made. Only because there hasn't been a lot of movement with this case. So everything is up in the air. And the fact that they did cancel the post media scrum also speaks volumes as well, because that lets you know that there was going to be people that ask questions about it, and that they didn't want to have to deal with answering those questions. Now, could you break kayfabe for a little bit and say, hey, this was a decision that Cena made? Yeah, but I also don't think that if this was the case and Cena did make that decision, that they wouldn't want to put that heat on Cena like that either, because Cena also has gone on record when being pseudo asked about this whole situation when it comes to Vince. He gave a fluff answer when it comes to him being like, he loves Vince like a father, and he kind of skirted around it, like he really didn't answer anything directly. So Yeah.
You know, in all honesty, and this could sound the way it's going to sound, so I do apologize. I think if his name wasn't explicitly mentioned, then I could see them playing around the idea with Brock.
That's right.
But the fact that Brock was explicitly mentioned, that really makes it sketchy. It really makes it sketchy because it's like your name was named. Like it would be different if they hinted at someone and we was all playing guessing games and you know it was like, I don't know, guys, that made us sound like Brock. But the fact that his name was explicitly named, that makes it like, you know, like,
But I'm going to reserve my full criticism because I want to see where this goes. Now, if this is a situation where they do bring Brock fully back, then it's going to be a different conversation.
Then I'm done. Like, I'm done.
And
if
again,
they bring him back, you're done.
Like, if this is a one-off situation because of Cena, I'm okay. If this is a one-off situation where now, if it's a situation now, we may see him in the Rumble, or he may go after either Cody or Seth or something like that, then it's gonna be like, all right, now we got to deal with the fact that he may want to hold the championships hostage again or some shit like that. But if this is really a one-off situation just for Cena, and then he just I don't know, like I don't know, I understand Brock is looking healthy, he's looking good, you know what I'm saying, the hair is hairing, you know, the body is still whatever, but I don't necessarily need him on my TV. I am so tired. I am so tired of WWE's personal panic button. But once again, if this is for the idea of John Cena and his final run, I am A-okay with this. But if this leads into Brock staying around for a while, then I'm gonna have issues.
Yeah, so the issue that not issue, but the glaring thing here is that we're in a position in WWE now where Brock is not needed. You know, even with the whole allegations and stuff aside, Brock is not necessarily needed right now. I mean, Brock is like, let's take the allegations and stuff aside. If Brock wanted a retirement run, then yeah, you could probably do something like that. But at the end of the day, nobody in WWE is really hurting for a Brock Lesnar at the moment. No, you know, or in general. So I think it's okay that he didn't come back. I mean, it's not like he's doing bad in life. I mean, he's thriving on his own. You know, his kids are fine, his wife's fine. You know, he's making money.
He's got a farm.
Yeah. So he's doing fine. You know, which leads me more to believe that this is a request that he's granting for Cena. But again, I'll reserve. And this also on being contingent on the fact that when it comes to the Janelle Grant stuff and he's acquitted, or you know he's ruled out to not be, well, just to be a disgusting human being, but not to be accused of anything, then at that point it's up to public opinion. But as of right now, with everything kind of still in the deep end and not necessarily coming to a conclusion, this isn't, it's not going to be good PR for WWE, especially if her team continues to release statements, because the more that they release statements, the more they're going to keep putting the idea in people's mind, which I think that's what they're doing, which, you know, it's not a bad idea on there. I think it's a smart tactic. But yeah, they're going to have to really be careful with what they do, because it's already bad enough that they're getting a bad rap when it comes to TKO and the way that they do things from a business perspective.
You mean with all the Saudis?
Well, everything. with everything, because ever since they got with TKO, it's been one weird thing after another, and the Rock stuff is also part of that. With all these celebrities coming in, that's a part of that. With the direction that the professional wrestling business as a whole for WWE is going, it's going in a weird direction where they're going to end up losing the people that's faithful to the industry when it comes to WWE, because all they're going to be left with is a bunch of casuals that once you do something that's not hot anymore, they're going to end up like WCW.
Oh, that would be some weird irony to see WWE get the WCW
weird irony.
But because it's the same thing that WCW did. WCW was trying to go more on star power at a certain point, and then people started filtering over to WWF at the time. And then by that time, you start getting the weird booking decisions. Everybody's doing stuff for $1 bill. When you got stuff with NWO, repeat after repeat, this remix NWO, that remix NWO, the extensions, LWO, everything. It's going to end up being the same thing. So they got to be careful, especially with all these brand deals that they got now. I seen that Maybelline commercial.
Me too.
True though.
But yeah, I mean, hey, SummerSlam 2025. So overall, how do y'all feel about 2-night SummerSlam? Do y'all think it should stay 2 nights, or do y'all think it should, go back to 1 and just have 6 good matches rather than 2 nights of 12 matches? I mean, two nights with 12 matches altogether.
AEW did 10 matches in one night and it blew the fucking roof off.
So,
yeah, it's
liking 2-night SummerSlam?
It's happening because next year they already
can
announced
do one night.
Well, there's also rumors.
Confirmed on that.
Well, there's also rumors that they might want to do a 2-night Royal Rumble and a 2-night Survivor Series.
God, what? Stop it.
Now, for the Royal Rumble, it's a different thing. Now, if they want to do that as 2 nights and have that be, then that's fine, because then you can have a Rumble match on one night,
and a Rumble match on the second night. Yeah.
Those matches are like 60 minutes. So
and then you can do that with Survivor Series. 1 elimination chamber on one night, 1 elimination chamber on another night.
I mean, I think that's
those 2 nights of nothing but elimination chambers. Well, let's just throw it all at the wall. See if that shit sticks.
But yeah, SummerSlam, I get they're doing the hottest party of the summer and all this other shit, but it's just like all it's going to take.
WrestleMania, as they call it.
Keep WrestleMania. You want WrestleMania to be 2 nights? Fine. But SummerSlam, it's not necessary, because the moment that you have a dog shit of a SummerSlam, whether it be night 1 or 2, or collectively, people are not going to want to tune in for a 2-night SummerSlam. They barely got lucky with this because
they did.
Had the match placement not been what it was, you probably would have had a trash ass night 1 and an oversaturated night 2. And they played very close to the vest with the way that they did these matches, or sorry, fast and loose with this. They didn't learn from Mania. They didn't learn from Mania at all. So,
but yeah, SummerSlam. All right, Mr. 2-0.
I'm glad you recognize that.
Go ahead and Go ahead and
for all of those who watched the 2-night SummerSlam or tuning into us to get a recap of SummerSlam, whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave all your comments, questions, concerns down below. Let us know what you thought about SummerSlam. Let us know what your favorite match was. Let us know if you agree or disagree with anything that we said tonight. Do you want Brock Lesnar back? Do you care if he's back? Who knows? Let us know if whatever it is that you think in that. Did you think any of the ladies looked good? Naomi, Ayo Sky, Rhea, Ripley. Let us know down below. Make sure you tag that notification bell, tag that subscribe button, tag that like button as well. Make sure that you are getting updated and ready and willing to watch any and everything that we drop whenever they do drop. Make sure that you look out for Jugs' channel, Leo's channel, And hell yeah. As a matter of fact, if you're watching, go ahead and warm up that too, because we can let you join in on this too sweet with us this time, you know. And congratulate Scoot for, you know, him being champ and all the other bullshit. But as again, a good bada 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 bio. Now, people, until you hear these immaculate voices and see these handsome faces, I'm flipping it every show. We bid you all adieu. And until next time, you beautiful, 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 beautiful mother effers. Tag the fucketh. Ow.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make those same mistakes again. So I'm switching lanes.